It's me, Tracy Lene, still in the fifth agreement. It's a long book. If you listened yesterday, then you know what I intend to do now. I'm going to go ahead and finish this book rest of this week. But then starting Monday, I'm going to start a new book. And for the week, I'll read about 15 minutes. And then as my, what do you call it? Likability grows and people will listen to me longer, then I'll do longer. But for right now, I love the likability I have with Angel Studios. So it's important for me to let Angel Studios know how important I see them as, because they're here with me in the beginning, and that means a whole lot to me. So always gonna shout out them. And here we are in the fifth agreement. Like, share, subscribe. In the dream of the third attention, you're aware that your body is a whole universe made by billions of living beings, made by atoms, made by molecules, made by cells, made by tissue, made by organs, made by systems, until the whole universe is one. And from the point of view of the mind, it looks like there's only one point of view, the one behind your eyes. But if you go deep into awareness, you find that every atom in your body has a personal point of view, because every atom is alive. Every atom is an entire universe. It's nothing but a miniature solar system with stars and planets. What every universe has in common is that each one of them is alive within the total power of the infinite. When you start to see life that way, your little itty bitty problems are little itty bitty problems. When you think about how many atoms it is inside of you, how many molecules, all of the stuff that it takes to make you, you're a fucking miracle. The fact that you're breathing, walking, talking, yelling, screaming, whatever you're doing, it's a miracle that you can do that. It means everything in your body is working together to get you to that point. You got to applaud that. You, that force, are alive. You are total power. And when you start to live in your total power, it doesn't mean that you kick people out your life for every little thing, but you start to realize if it's not bringing peace, if it's not bringing joy, if it's not bringing love, then it must simply go. You must say, go, peasant. You must be your highness or your majesty or the king or whatever name and title you want, and recognize that if you're not living in that full power, that true power, then you're not really living, but it can happen at any moment. You are truth. You are real. Everything else, including everything you know through symbols, is not truth. It is not real. It is an illusion. And it's beautiful. Light is not just intelligent. It has memory. It creates an image of itself. It creates the whole world of illusion that becomes your mind, the way you dream. Your dreams are not matter. They are a reflection of matter. And that reflection exists in the matter that we call the brain. The brain is nothing but a mirror. As we said before, if you look inside a mirror, you are seeing your own mind in your own dream. The first time you open your eyes, you start to perceive light, and light becomes your teacher. Light projects information into your eyes that you don't understand, but you were made to perceive light, to become one with light, because light is your other half. And because you are light, you are always creating and always transforming and always evolving. Light goes directly into your brain and rearranges your brain in order to modify you, virtual reality, to make you, well, let's go back because that doesn't make sense. Light goes directly into your brain and rearranges your brain in order to modify you, virtual reality, to make you a better reflection of itself. When light is modifying your brain, the brain by itself is modifying God's factory, the DNA, for the next possible human being that can come from you. That's so beautiful. I got 4 of them that came from me. And just as your body has many different organs, brain, heart, lungs, liver, stomach, skin, all together. And just as your body has many different organs, brain, heart, lungs, liver, stomach, skin, that all together create you, a totality. Every organ in your body is made by different kinds of cells that create that organ. Do the cells know that I got to start this over because I think he's missing some words, and it's possible. And just as your body has many different organs, brain, heart, lungs, liver, stomach, skin, that all together create you, a totality, every organ in your body is made by different kinds of cells that create that organ. It was the way I was reading it. Do the cells know that together all of the cells are only one living being, which mean you? Do we humans know that together all of the humans are only one living being, which means humanity? We're all one. We are all one. I know you don't want to believe that you're one with the person across the globe. I know you don't want to believe that you're one with a Puerto Rican. That's the nationalists we call ourselves. And maybe you don't want to be one with a Caucasian or Jamaican or whatever it is. But you're all one. We all one, baby. We are all one. I know some people say, no, we ain't. I'm not nothing like them. You know, and there's some people who believe that some races of people are evil. And there's some that believe that they're better than everybody else. It's all bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. We are all one. We all come from one essence. And I could be wrong, but I'm not. You are surrounded by billions of humans. Just like you, they were programmed to be human. Male or female, you recognize them. You know they're humans like you. You know, but perhaps what you don't know is that we humans are an organ of the beautiful planet Earth. And that's why when we die and they put us back in the ground, we turn back into dirt because we came from dirt. You not dirt in the sense of you ain't nothing, but you are dirt in the sense of you are just glorified earth. You know what I'm saying? Planet Earth is alive. It is a living being, and the entire humanity works for the planet as an organ of that living being. The forests are another organ. The atmosphere is another organ. Every species is another organ, and we all work together to create. And we all work together. That's the same as editing. And we all work together to create an equilibrium that is a metabolism of the planet Earth. All of humanity is only one living being, and this is no longer a theory. We humans live together. We have the same kind of body. We have the same kind of mind. We have the same needs. We create all those symbols to understand one another. Male or female, victims, warriors, or masters. We are all the same. No human is better or worse than any other human. No human is better or worse than anything that exists throughout the universe. I know you don't want to think that you are the same as somebody that is running around here murdering, raping, killing, pillaging. You don't want to say, I ain't like that. But y'all come from the same essence. They're just the side of the essence that's being stupid. But you got stupid in you too. Maybe your stupid isn't showing the way their stupid is, but it's still stupid. Maybe you're stupid. I know a lot of times we'll go about my stupid, with things I'm doing, I'm not really hurting other people. Yes, you are. If you're hurting yourself, you're hurting somebody else because we are one. Go listen to the Maze song. No matter what you say, we are one. Frankie Beverly and Maze. We are one. Where's that? At the deepest level of our being, there's no difference between a human and a dog. Okay. Or a human and a flea. Or a fly or a flower. We are the same. We come from the same place, and it doesn't matter where our story comes from. It doesn't matter if we're Christian, Buddhist, a Muslim, or Hindu. We come from the same place, and we're going back to the same place. I know you're not going back to the same place. I know you got a special place up in the sky, in the by and by, with streets paved with gold, and that's where you're going to be at the right hand of the Lord, because you're so perfect. You're just so amazing and so beautiful, and so you're just everything, with the evidence of speaking in tongues, even though you don't speak to other people. You're just so amazing. But anywho, we're all going back to the same place. And again, I could be wrong, but I'm not. The infinite creates everything in existence. And when the cycle is over, everything returns to the infinite. You call it Jesus, you call it God, you call it Buddha, you call it Muhammad, you call it Yeshua, you call it all of these things. There's my baby boy again. You call it all of these things, but the reality of it is we going back to the same essence, and you're going to be there and go, how they get here with me? Hey, yo, God, I can talk to you for a second. Okay, what's that got? The infinite creates everything in existence, and when the cycle is over, everything returns to the infinite. Of course, the body dies because the body is mortal, but you, the force, are immortal. In that force where the mind lives, the only thing that dies are the lies. And let me tell you how I know this is true to be true to be true. Have you ever seen Simone Biles? Have you ever seen, I think her name is Carrie Richardson? Have you ever seen Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, all these people who do things with their body that you're like, how the fuck did they do that? That lets you know that they're the power and they're commanding that body. The power in the body is so strong that they're commanding that. I've watched Beyonce dance, and I'm like, how is she doing that? Because she's commanded that power to do that. Michael Jackson commanded that power to do that. When you see people doing things with their physical bodies that you're just in awe at, that's them commanding that power. And the amazing thing is, you can command that power too. You can do it. Yes, you can. I probably can't do what Simone Biles does because I was not created with that type of body. In the forest where the mind lives, the only thing that dies are the lies. In ancient Egypt, it was said, if your heart is lighter than the feather when you die, then welcome to heaven. If your heart is heavier than the feather, you are not going to heaven. Lies cannot go back into power, but truth returns to power because truth is the reflection of power. It is a reflection of the infinite. The question becomes, how heavy are your lies? Is your heart burdened with anger, fear, guilt, or regret? In the dream of the third attention, the truth has already destroyed all the lies. And the only thing that survives is the truth, which means the real you. You are that force. You are life, which is truth. And from that point, your dream becomes heaven. Your dream becomes a beautiful masterpiece of art, a beautiful masterpiece of love. This leads you to the third mastery of the Toltec, the mastery of love, or we can also call it the mastery of intent or faith. I prefer to call it the mastery of faith because it is mastery for you to trust in yourself, which means realizing that the power that you have, the power of intent, the power of life, the power of belief, the power of faith, the power of love. They're all the same power, of course, because they're total power. What I just started thinking about is how, you know how when you're young, okay, I'm looking up at my screen and I'm getting a call from somebody that I promise you I was just thinking about as I was reading this. So knowing that I'm thinking about her and she called lets me know that I definitely am on the path of what I'm supposed to do. But I'm going to call her back when I finish. But what I wanted to talk about is how, you know how when somebody dies, we only remember they're good. Very, very rarely. And even people who know they're bad, unless you're just an asshole, you try to find some of their good. I believe it's because we know at our essence that all of the things they did in their body no longer matters anymore. It's done. They did all that shit when they were human. They ain't human no more. So now we remember, oh, when they walked in the room, they lit up the room with their smile and they ain't even had no teeth. Or we talk about how powerful they were and how misunderstood they were when they were assholes. Very rarely do we say, you know, the human side of them was an asshole. No, I take that back because the millennial generation, y'all are doing it. Y'all are not in any type of way caring about what y'all say about people. But let me keep going. Where was I at? Okay, let's go back up here. I prefer to call it the mastery of faith because it's a mastery for you to trust in yourself, which means realizing the power that you have, the power of intent, the power of life, the power of belief, the power of faith, the power of love. They're all the same power, of course. They're total power. In the moment when you master faith, you live your life in love because love is what you are and it's wonderful. In that moment, you completely accept your body, your emotions, your life, and your story. You respect yourself. You respect all of the artists, all of your brothers and sisters. You respect all of creation. You love yourself unconditionally, and you are not afraid to express your love to say, I love you to others. When you master faith, when you live your life in love, you see your own love being reflected every second in every secondary character of your story, and you love every secondary character of your story unconditionally, just as you love yourself. Unconditional love does not mean you have to be around somebody that is not treating you well. That's not what it means. Unconditional love means you love them without conditions, but they may not be able to stay in your life. You can have conditions on who's in your circle. You can most definitely protect your energy circle and say, I'm going to love you unconditionally. I'm going to pray for you. I might even turn my plate down and fast that you look into your heart and see the things that you are doing wrong so you can change them, because you're such a beautiful soul and you're just living out the life of a fool. You're doing things that only a fool would do because you're letting demonic sources and forces take over you. And I don't mean it in the way, a spooky way. I mean that everything has good and bad, yin and yang. And if you have too much of one thing, you can push yourself onto a side where you're unpleasant to be around. You can. Or you can take yourself and you can at any moment stop, pivot and change. Most people don't do that because most people live in ego self. And in ego self, it says, no, I'm right, you wrong. And then people stay there. This changes your relationship with the rest of the humans. It makes you completely impersonal. You don't need reasons to love someone or not to love someone. You don't even choose to love, because love is your nature. Love is coming out of you like the light from the sun. All of your nature is coming out of you just as it is, without expectation. And your love has nothing to do with words in your head. There are no stories. It is an experience that we call communion, which means to have the same frequency, the same vibration as love. And I'm not just talking the talk, I'm walking the walk. I was getting on myself earlier about something, and I immediately put my hand on my heart and said, Tracy, there is only love. And it's okay to feel this emotion as long as you allow it to come through you and let the love flow over it. And I let myself cry. I let myself be angry. I let myself feel, let down, because it didn't go the way I thought it should go. And my life is going in a direction I didn't think it would go in. But I'm leaning into the unknown, and I'm excited about what that means for Tracy, because there's only love. If there's only love, the only thing ahead of me is love. I mean that. And so I'm living the life that I'm saying. I'm making sure that when I'm driving, if somebody cuts me off in traffic, I send them love. Because what if I send them hate? What is that going to do for them? Nothing. But when I send them love, I'm not only maybe penetrating them, but I'm getting that love back. And all I want is love. What the world always needs is love, 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 love. Yes, love. Love is not punkish. And then it says in the scriptures, love is patient, love is kind, love does not boast itself up. All of those things are true. Go read it. I think it's in Corinthians, but I might be wrong. But I don't think I am. I think it's 1 Corinthians, something. It's 1 Corinthians. Google it. Anywho, I'm going to go ahead and stop with you today. We're going to come back, and we are going to try to finish out this book, The Fifth Agreement. I'm so grateful for your time. I would love it if you would like this video, if you would share. And let me tell you my purpose, because we all have to know what our purpose is. These glasses make it look like bifocals when I'm looking up, because my prescription is thick. I needed to see words on the page, but not to just see people in general. But the mission that I know I have is to help spiritual beings to access more of their spirituality through listening to somebody else that is doing it and then saying, hey, I can do that too. I like to read. I like to read spiritual books. I like to read self-help books. So I've decided, and because I have a pleasant voice and I was an actress, that I'm going to read, share, and see where it goes. I'm giving myself an entire year. And if in a year I still got 77 people, then I'm still grateful that I got 77 people. I'm going to go another year. I'm just not going to give up. I ain't. Anywho, have an amazing night. I will see you tomorrow. Remember, it's Monday through Friday. I usually record at night because my day is so busy being amazing that usually nighttime is when I can get to it. But when school starts back up again, I'm going to have to switch the schedule up. You guys have an amazing night. I do love you. I mean that. Bye.